Hello. It's your boy Ambassador again doing this thing. As usual, this guy is not letting me sleep. Because I feel like my system is already somehow synchronized the whole beef thing. As soon as a new one comes, I just start feeling a little bit itchy, and I'm like, what's happening? When I look it up, I just realize the new this track is out. So now King B has put out a response here. Titles is the last laugh. So like in a horror movie, after they have put somebody in a coffin and then it's sealed and it breaks open the coffin, it usually comes with that kind of should I call it vampire kind of laugh. So that's just what came to my mind. Like, okay, King B said he has put him in the coffin, sealed the coffin, but now he's popping up again with the last laugh. And then it's a 3 minute 35 second work of art. And well, he goes straight to the point. He never even give us time to like ease us into the whole process. No, he just break in with like you say my bars are shallow. He just went in responding directly to what Max Cortez had said. He said, you say my bars are shallow. They got drowned in the shallow waters. So like he's got him drowned in these shallow waters. Like his bars are shallow, but if he's drowning in them, then there must be some deepness in them. Like we're talking about bars like shallow, and also talking about like deep. So if they are not shallow, then they could be deep, and you can as well drown in these shallow bars or these deep bars. And then he went straight to say, I think Max Cortez once said in one of his diss tracks, I don't know if it's the second or the third, like because now we have like season 1, season 2, season 3 of this dynasty thing, yeah. Who is the king of Africa? I'm trying to think how to best title the series here. But still we're in the Champions League, but now I've got this unique classical thing going on the sideline, which is the energy is way stronger than all of the other things I've had in the whole beef king of Africa thing. So we have, he said, a clown with no account, talking body count. So I feel like I want this to go on for at least 2 more months or so, and then let some bigger and some more diverse rappers come in, because I feel like the more King B, especially for King B, the more he does, the better he gets at this game. I don't know if he had some tracks written somewhere, he was not putting them out yet. I don't know, but he gets way better. His wordplay is on top in this particular diss track. He's doing some crazy wordplay. One word he's going to play only like 6 different times. His bars are on point. He gets way. Like he's that student who he skipped like 2 classes, and then the first term he kind of was average, but by the second term when he's catching up and understanding how things work, he's getting top of the class. So his progress is so drastic that it's scary to imagine what he could become if that's really his growth rate for like the next 1-2 years to come here. So he went on to say, a clown, you talk about a clown with no account like maybe Twitter or Facebook account, or maybe account also like money account, but you're talking about body counts. So there's a rhyme of account, body count, nobody counts, that with a count, with the body count that nobody counts. So you're talking about body count, like how many people you have killed on the ground, but nobody's counting, nobody is paying any attention to what you're doing. Nobody counts your bodies. Plus we cannot even see dead body on the ground, so see the floor, nobody counts. So there are no body counts on the ground, so nobody can count because there are nobody counts yet. He said, I made you switch your style again. So that's the first remark, because when I listen to this song, I touch base with 1 or 2 other people who are into this whole hip-hop classical thing, and all the comments we got was like, whoa, this was a new side of Max Cortez we saw. So there I can see what he's talking about, like, I made you switch your style. But there are 2 things he talks about. He mentions like now you are shouting out to the West, because in the beginning of this whole thing, King B's issue with the Max Cortez was, why did he take shots at countries? So but now, and then King B was the one who was like trying to be peaceful and then shout out the East, speak Swahili, but still take shots directly at Max Cortez. Where he said, so now you have known, like, don't insult regions generally. You're shouting out the West. In the beginning you're taking shots at the West, now you're shouting out the West. Plus your style has kind of changed. Everybody said you're Eminemish. You're trying to like change your style. So that's what he's talking about. Like, I've got you changing your style, switching your style, and now you're shouting out the West. You're becoming a little more polite. You're becoming a educated, brought up boy. Now you're shouting out the West. Take off the coffin, outbox that's left, right. So he was playing with, as I said, each line. I mean, line to line was wordplay and bars going in here. Like he said, we'll go out of the coffin, outbox him. That's first. A coffin is a box, so he's going out of the box. But outbox also means like punches physically. And when he leads you with like the whole combination things of left, right, still so wrong for what you did, like left, right. So left, right, like combination of boxes, and what he's doing is so wrong, like left, right. Still so wrong for what you did, like left and right. Google or not, I still did rap in Swahili. You still didn't rap in Hindi. So that seems still referring to your Indian side. And plus, if you're half Indian, there's no shame in it. You can as well you should to an extent speak Hindi. So why don't you speak the Hindi? And I can rap in any language. He went on to rap in Spanish and all of that. I feel like the guy, he's just showing his skills and his range. And when, as I said, when all this is said and done, I can't wait for what any of these guys to put out. I mean, like, they are there in my top 5 right now. These 2 guys I'm talking about, they are there. Now, but at times the rappers who are, they have that sharp edge when it comes to beef, but when it comes to, how do I put it, real rap songs, messages, telling real stories, and then now the everyday rap, they might not do so well. So I really want to see if this energy and this skill they have in beef will translate into their body of work they're going to put out there after this. So because it's crazy. And then he said, so if he could really rap in all these languages, is it going to be his style of trying to rap in 2-3 languages in every track? Is he going? So these are all things I want to see they could keep up to this hype they have built around themselves in this whole beef thing, this epic beef. And then he said, I'm telling you all my haters, Fem. So Fem is, I think I even did a review on Fem. It's a track that Davido put out where supposedly they said he was taking shots at what's his name? Was this Burna Boy? But now he said, so but Fem also means like close your mouth. So it's done, man. Just shut it up. Close your mouth. And then he said, cut your hair and kill you. So now the crazy things is like the wordplay came in again when he said he'll cut his hair and kill him in trying to punch like Samsung. So if you recall, Mex Cortez said he's going to land punches like Samsung, though he's not biblical, but he's going to do that. And then if you know the story of Samsung, so that's now, and as I said, the guys are responding line for line. When you take a jab at him with this line, he responds and then adds another line to it. So he gives you a connecting defending blow and then adds a second blow punch to that. So he said he's going to cut his hair. And you know what happened to Samson when they cut his hair? He became weak, and that's how that's what the cause of his downfall. So now he's going to cut his hair, and then like Samsung, punch like Samsung. Since you decide to punch like Samsung, you know what happened to you. Plus, call your Ghanaian the Ghanaian how do they call them? That these guys who I think they went viral. These Ghanaian bearers here for the funeral guys. Who they went viral, they were wearing suits and dancing a lot. So I think they were Ghanaian. So he said he will call them for his funeral with a Samsung and then go with your son. So Samsung, son. So those are the jabs he takes, and that's the crazy wordplay I'm talking about. And then now he went on to say Mex Cortez gave him 48 hours. He came back in 22 when he gave Mex Cortez 30 hours to come back. He couldn't come up with anything worth it. He couldn't pull through. And then he said, enemies like breaking events. I put you to the news to twist. So it's like the news is a breaking event, but there's also like breaking somebody actually breaking the event. I'll put you in the news too. So he said, breaking, I could break you up, but now I'll make you a breaking event. So breaking event, the word breaking event, like some news or some happening that is just happening like now. So that makes him a breaking event, and then put him in the news too. So that's the twist of that wordplay of breaking event, news like, but also breaking it, and then putting him in the news. That's every breaking event is in the news here. And then he said, hot rap in God body, beef kills God bodies. So he played with that whole thing of, and I like that way he went like twisting with it. He started twisting the rap like hot rapping God bodies, beef dead bodies. So he twisted it a little bit and then played with it. And then he did the wordplay thing with radio state studio, and then he said can't do this till. So he said left to him he can go on till 2021 if he's giving it here. And then he said studio, radio. So he said he could do this 2021 if you radio. And then he said he does this in mother's tongue and then other song. So he mentioned that's the rhyme, other mother tongue, other song. But he was talking about Rap Cities in this track he did where he did some, I think about 2 verses in his mother tongue. So and then he said copycat rap, you got the nerve to catch a rat. So copycat it means someone copies some other person's thing. But now you're using the word cat, but you said you can't even catch a rat. So is that whole word thing of you're a copycat because you're copying people's things, but this your cat cannot even catch a rat. So though you copy cats, you still cannot get your objectives, you still cannot get no shine because you are a bad copycat, something like that even, yeah. And then he went on to some cool R&B Nate Doggish kind of feel to it, where it was just echoing the same thing, yeah. Then went on to say Mex Cortez should switch places with Diamond Platinum. If he catches, then now this is where it went crazy. Because I recall like the review I did on Mex Cortez, one of the comments on that was one of the fans was saying only a psychopath could think of something like this to be this violent. But if you know beef rap, it gets crazy. As I said, listen to Eminem's diss tracks. He gets violent until the listener gets a little bit scared. Like, how can somebody think of this much evil? I don't know how this guy, I don't know if they watch some vampire movies or something, scary movies to come out with this detail. When Mex Cortez was talking about pulling out his shoulders, touching each other, pulling out his guts. I can't repeat some of those things here. But now, as I said, they go bars for bars. You went gangster, you went nasty, I go nasty. You go gangster, I go gangster. Now you want to go violent, I go crazy violent. So, and when it's coming from King B, it sounds a little bit scary because if you have seen the person of King B, it looks like Mex Cortez. I'm like, I don't know if this guy can, but you never know though. People can have the sickness in them to do that. I mean, they could be that sick. But when it's coming from King B, and you look at his face, you're like, this guy, he maybe really could do these things, yeah. So he went on to say he'll catch him in traffic. Mentioned some violent things. He'll tie him in the car and pull him on the road or something. No, he's gonna come back, catch his girl, tie or burn some violent, crazy things. And I'm like, whoa, these guys are losing it here. But it's all part of the sport. If you're a student of the game and you know how these beef things go, it goes really crazy and violent and nasty here. And then he went on to say I think he did this whole wordplay thing for St. Patrick power, but he has come to also take the power. I mean, like every line was some wordplay from King B. If you listen to this track, I'm breaking down some, but some I'm not breaking them down. But every line had these layers to it, and he's coding everything and then taking jabs at Mex Cortez. And then he went on to say, shout out to Africa. So I feel like that's King B. He has always been the strategist, not stepping on too many toes, but going directly for his target. That's the rapper. And also demonstrating to the best of his ability, his lyrical prowess and his lyrical skills. And then what he did at the end was he said, if you clap back, I'm going to clap back. So because Mex Cortez always goes by like his last 2 diss tracks, he's always like, I don't intend to reply you again, or I don't intend to give you any more fame. But when he comes the next time, he was like, he's just doing this but for the fans. But King B straight up like, man, we'll do this to 2021. If you clap back, I'm gonna clap back. I'm not saying and sounding like I have your time and I'm here to do this. Let's do this here, line for line, bar for bar, track for track. Let's go. So I feel like King B is more engaged and immersed in this process. He doesn't want to let go. Mesut, I feel like he's like, let this. I don't want to push it anymore, but I just have to defend my name. Let's keep it going. But King B is like, I'm here now. This is it. Maybe I have some singles to put out later, albums to put out, but now this is what I'm on. I have to get this business done and over with. So I feel like it's a good one. And as I said, I am so hyped and can't wait for what these guys do after this. And as I also said, for all the fans of hip hop, be my witness. These guys are showing it. They're showing their prowess out there. They are sticking their necks and they're putting in the work. I don't want to hear any fan of any so-called top rapper in Africa or top rapper in their country come and tell me that if the rapper came in, he would have. No, we don't do would have here. We do done. We don't do would have. So if you can, step up now. If you have your rapper, you know him, tag him, let him see what's up. Tag him when your country is mentioned or something, let him say something. If you don't say something, then you should be deaf and dumb forever. Speak now or forever remain silent. It's your boy Ambassador, I'm out.